49.
24.
What's going on, Lynn and Dave from the Dave
Hi.
Project and Brandy and Lynn? How are you guys doing?
Sounds fair.
I'm great. How is everyone else doing?
Happy Sunday night.
Right? The last Sunday night before Santa. What? How did that happen already?
Pre Santa Sunday.
No, not even. I'm like, what is she doing? She's levitating. Oh, okay. I would do that, but it would just show my abs, and I don't want to show off my abs.
Yeah, don't flex on us, Jeff. It's too early in the street for that.
I have an ab.
An ab? I take some antacid sometimes. All right, so we're leading Creator Talk here tonight, and it might be the dumbest, goofiest, quickest thumbnail ever, but I got my Baby Yoda with the Dole Whip, and I had to add it in there because I didn't have to. I just didn't really want to think hard. So, but whatever. Welcome everybody. I'm glad some people are coming in. In spite of, is that the right English, of the thumbnail? Stacy Rogers, I can't see you. It's too bad, Stacy Rogers. Your keyboard is broken. I see you're here, and I can't read any of your chats all night long. What's going on in the Lynn Project household? What's going on?
Eagles fly.
Oh, man, that's right. You're from Philly. Oh, geez.
No, I'm not from Philly.
Pennsylvania. It's all the same right now.
I despise the Eagles.
Well, see, I knew I liked you. Okay. I'm gonna say you're a Steelers guy, aren't you? I don't want to talk about football. Lynn, how are you?
I don't either.
I'm great. I'm great. I'm ready for Christmas, and one more day of work, and I got 2 days off. And the first 2 days off that I'm not going to be in Disney.
Is that a happy sound or a sad sound?
It's just funny. I mean, it's going to be different for me. I'll be home 2 days in a row instead of.
You people who live so close. I mean, and I used to be one of those people in Southern California, not in Orlando. And I didn't love, I mean, I loved it, but I didn't appreciate it. Now I get jealous because I'm hours away. Dave, sir, how are you?
I'm blasting this out on Twitter currently.
Thank you. Combating cynicism since
1975. It's a Gary V shirt.
So yeah, we're going to talk. So that's a great.
We'll get into that.
I
like segways.
You know what? I've never driven on one, but they look fun. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the general setting on YouTube because the world still thinks there needs to be one, and there is one, and I'll show you proof. Number two, we're going to talk a little bit about Creatorly. Obviously, I've been pumping Creatorly. Things have changed. I want to share what I've learned. I think most of you who care probably already know, but if you don't know and you do care, I'll share what I know. I'll read some emails that I've been sent, let you guys learn what I know, talk about, and then we're going to talk about the Gary Vee challenge. Let's be real, because that's what I want to do, and I don't know that I get to keep you all night. And then if we have some more time, I've got some more things to talk about. Does that sound good to Lynn and Dave and everybody in chat?
Sounds fantastic.
Perfect.
Have you two heard people belly aching about YouTube needs a general audience choice? And, made for kids, not made for kids. There's this group of people out there who think that YouTube's out to get them, and the proof is they're not having a general setting. Do you guys know of what I speak?
The only reason I know anything about it is because I watched the official YouTube backpedaling video. That's the only thing I know about it. I don't know why anyone would want to just carte blanche your channel either way.
Right.
I think that deservedly so, you should have a little more thought. I'm glad that YouTube hasn't just made it you're for kids or you're not for kids. So
yeah,
Lynn?
That's where I'm at.
Lynn?
Yes.
Thoughts?
About I think we've covered this so many times.
Yeah.
I feel like it's repetitive over and over again. We've talked about it on and on and on. And then YouTube puts out the video that just regurgitated everything that we said.
Totally agree.
So.
The thing that I was still getting, I did a COPPA video, and I get a lot of comments on it. It's calmed down, hallelujah. But I'm sad about the views, but but the comments are calming down. And the commonality that I'm still seeing on the negative comments is YouTube screwing us because they don't have a general setting. YouTube answered the question. I'll just read it. General audience content. This was the Team YouTube responding to some dude or dudette on YouTube. And I think they've been saying this from the get-go. But for whatever reason, people don't want to think it's there. So I'm just going to read it, and we'll talk about it, and then we'll move on. General audience content is intended for 13 plus. So if you create content that is targeted to a general audience, you can set your audience as not made for kids. A video isn't necessarily made for kids just because it's safe, appropriate for everyone to watch. It seems to me that people were saying, hey, I'll cuss, and that'll be obviously not for kids, and or, hey, what if a kid is in the background? When everything started out, everybody was freaking out about, what if a kid wants to watch my crafting channel, my Disney channel, my anything channel, and this whole thing that you needed a general setting. It is a general setting unless you're specifying it's for kids. It's a general setting. Does that even need to be said? Anybody want to dive in on that?
I thought it was pretty self-explanatory. I didn't think it was something that needed to be said personally. But apparently we need everything spelled out.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again to describe the things that we already know.
I went through a period of they don't really think what they're saying to, oh my gosh, they just want drama, to, oh my gosh, they're just dumb. Dave, thoughts? Anything? I mean, is it clear to you that it's a general setting if you don't specify it for kids?
Yeah, but it's really funny that it's their wording choices for kids or not for kids.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are taking it as that it's
that's fair. That's where the mistake came from. Yeah.
And I think it's a wording issue. I think people are confused. I think people, and this is again beating a dead horse at this point, but people are concerned with a $40,000 fine that they want everything spelled out to them letter for letter. So with that said, what's up, Kenzie? What's up, Tracy?
Hey, everybody.
How are things?
Yeah, I think it's probably fair to bury this COPPA thing in the dirt where it belongs, but I don't know. People were talking about the general setting a lot earlier in the week.
Yeah.
And, I haven't seen much lately, but whatever. Do you guys want to hear about Creatorly?
Yes.
So Jake Jones is the founder of Talent C and Creatorly. I was talking to someone at Creatorly. I don't know if that someone let Jake get my email or Jake just saw the video. It doesn't matter. Here's his comment when I said Epidemic Sound fired Creatorly. And I've talked to Jake through email, I don't know, 6 or 7 times since this. Seems like a great guy. Seems like he wants to do the right thing. I'll just read this straight verbatim, and then we'll talk about it. So sorry for the inconvenience. Creatorly is young and still a work in progress. However, we're going to be building our own version of Epidemic Sound and relaunch the Creatorly service back to how it used to be within the next year or so. To me, that means a music service and maybe something along the lines of TubeBuddy. We'll see. That sounds like an expensive job. You may be thinking that is true. Smiley face. How will we fund the re-expansion of Creatorly? By our main flagship company, Talent C, which is 2 years old and acts as a revenue accelerator for already successful channels on YouTube. Epidemic Sound were fine with us reselling their service when Talent C had its own $7.99 per month subscription division, which operated the exact same way Creatorly did. But for some reason, when they saw the rebrand, which looks sharp, if I must say so myself, then they decided to pull the rug. Sounds to me like they had a deal, Creatorly made a change, and Epidemic Sound said, yeah, that's not what our deal was. That's just my impression of it. TubeBuddy Pros removal actually had nothing to do with TubeBuddy team. They are a great bunch and would never do what Epidemic Sound had done. Clearly, Jake isn't happy with Epidemic Sound. However, we simply decided that we couldn't build our castle on another company's land. So we're building our own SEO tools as well. It sucks, but motivates us to continue innovating. All the best, blah, 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 blah. I want to take him at his word. He seems like a nice guy. Well, again, like I said, we've had a couple other conversations. They've been very, very positive. Hey, David. Hey, Eli. Hey, everybody. And I like helping out new companies, and I like finding new tools and sharing them with people and using them for my channel. I mostly was attracted to Creatorly because of Epidemic Sound. I'm not going to lie. I was about to pay for Epidemic Sound anyway. People like Dave and friends of mine were using it successfully. People like Peter McKinnon and people who I don't know and I'll probably never know were using it very successfully and promoting it. I had been planning on getting it for quite some time. Why pay $15 to Epidemic when I could pay $15 to Creatorly? At the time, it was $8, and get that and TubeBuddy Pro, which I wanted to get, and it seemed like the no-brainer of all time. And then I do it, I promote it, I share it in a video, I tell my friends and fellow creators, and it got switched like 4 days later. So I felt I didn't want to be on the wrong side of screwing with people's wallets. Hey, here's some value. If it helps your life, I want to be that guy, not the guy that said, hey, sign up for this and you get screwed. You're paying $15. You don't even get anything. So that's why I reached out to him. And I did ask bluntly, hey, I want 3 people that I was aware of use my link. 3 people that let me know. You're one of them, Lynn. Mm-hmm. And I asked him bluntly, here's what I want you to refund their money. He said he would. Has he?
I haven't gotten a refund yet. No.
Have you looked recently?
I checked like an hour ago because I remember that I told you I would check, and I don't have it yet. And that's when I went on and signed up for Epidemic Sound through your link.
I don't want to be an arrogant guy, but I'm guessing I hear from him tomorrow or he'll watch this. I might be wrong. I hope I'm right. And so I'm taking you at your word, big guy. I want to continue to work with you if you're watching. We've talked about some things that I won't share. But I hope that you hook those 3 people up that I sent you their links on. You, Dave, have been using Epidemic Sound successfully and happily for quite some time, yes?
Yeah, so 6-8 months.
Oh, wow.
10 months we had used what was called Soundstripe, something to that effect prior to it. And
SoundCloud? No. Maybe
no, not SoundCloud. It was Soundscape, I believe.
Yeah.
So you never used YouTube Studio Music at all?
I never did either.
Maybe once. I wanted something a little broader and more easily navigable. And Soundscape was close. It had a couple songs that we'd run into. Long story short, we used that for a while. It was good. It was clunky though, in that you had to license every single song for every video, as opposed to what Epidemic does, which is the carte blanche license across the board when you have your service, and anything that's under your service if you discontinue your service. So that was cool about Epidemic. Still dig it. I think the library is great. So.
It is. I've only had it for week and a half. Well, with Creatorly, maybe 3 weeks total, I guess. I find myself enjoying listening to music as I'm like, that's the rabbit hole that I need to stay out of.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it, and I'm like, oh no, wait a minute, that's not even what I'm looking for. Hey Todd, hey Nix, welcome in, guys. David, I saw you. Yeah, so David said, and I think hey Ray J, I've heard from more than one person that said this. They've dumped Creatorly, or they were about to use Creatorly and they didn't, because the reason they want to do it was their partnerships with TubeBuddy Pro and with Epidemic Sound. I will show you guys. I want to continue the conversation about Epidemic and then maybe some TubeBuddy Pro, but I will show you guys the logos that I got, because Creatorly is moving towards it sounds to me like their long-term plan is to go back to what we thought they were, but their short-term plan is all the channel art you can possibly ever want. And I am happy with 5 out of 6 that I've got, which I'll share. I don't know. $15 a month for Epidemic Sound to me feels like a pretty good deal. I mean, you've been doing it for a while. Lynn, you just got it. I'm going to highly recommend it to people because I'm loving it. Anything that you would disagree on for the people in chat?
I love Epidemic Sound, and that's why I signed up for it solely instead of with Creatorly, since they canceled it. And I look forward to using it in the future.
And honestly, they just redid their interface on the website, which is much easier to navigate than it was even a month ago. Yeah. So they've that upgrade is great. Got an ad pop up earlier today for AdList. I think it's called ADLIST. It's another service. It's a couple bucks more. Looks more bells and whistles-y. Music is pretty solid. I checked it out for a couple minutes, but
Instagram clearly knows that I just signed up with Epidemic because all of the ads.
All your ads are Epidemic.
Yeah, it's crazy. Jim in Seal Beach, love Seal Beach. Welcome in. Just hit us on the question at one of us so we see it, and one of us will catch it, and just feel free to ask it. Well, I'm going to show the logos, but Dave, I don't know how long I have you. Dave's got to get up early.
No, you're good. Go for it.
Well, I want to talk about it. Okay, well, I'll show them. Okay, I'll show them real fast, and then I want to talk about the Gary Vee challenge because I want to hear about it. I got to be honest.
Got it.
But again, just to close it up on Creatorly before I show the logos, I'm going to stick with them. I like the guy. I like the content that he says he's going to have. I like the logos quite a bit, and I'm just going to share them with you. One today that I used. I should put it on me for a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
So I really like this one. I mean, I'm Dole Whip Dad, Baby Yoda's hot, so that's just cute and fun. I like that one. So whatever, do that one to me. I don't know if it's legal to put it on a shirt, but I probably will. Come get me, FTC, right? What else do we have? Oh, my Dole Whip Dad Vlogmas, if I can find it. Holy moly. Making you guys wait through all this, sorry. This is quality content when I'm scrolling through. So Dole Whip Dad Vlogmas, I kind of like that one, and one of the Disney fonts is what it is. Yeah, kind of fun. And so I'm turning 50 in like a day and a half because old people turn 50, and the 40th anniversary of Disneyland's logo.
Oh, nice!
I love them.
Here, I actually have it right here. So the 40th anniversary logo. Where'd it go? There we go. Is right there. And so I made the, come on. I didn't make anything. I had them make, come on. I had them make that for me. That's kind of fun. 50 years of adventures, Dole Whip Dad, whatever. It's like, and then I like Adventureland, and they did a.
Nice.
So, and I'm not going to waste everybody's time making me show those. But my point is, it's still a product that might have some value. I'm going to stick with them because I want to, because of this show, frankly, this weekly show, because I want some more art, and because I want to see what they're about. In 3 months, I'll do. I've been telling people, a bunch of people said, hey, do a review on Creatorly, and then they changed. I was going to do one in January after I dove into TubeBuddy Pro, because frankly, I've had TubeBuddy free for a while. I was planning on buying TubeBuddy Pro in January. No reason for January, just, January. And now I'll probably still do that, but it won't be part of the Creatorly review. So I guess what I'd like to do now, Dave, is you're TubeBuddy Pro, and you've been for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So you were paying double what Creatorly is now.
$21 a month.
There you go, even more than that.
I don't know if it's pro. I have the one of the paid tiers. I don't know if it's the top paid tier. I think it's like $6-7 a month.
Where's the greatest value in that for someone like me who's been using free and hasn't dove into pro yet?
Tag searching, tag rating, and then being able to go in and search tags and see whether or not it is a good search term. So have you guys seen this? Do you guys know how it works?
No, you want to put it on you?
Yeah, give me a second here.
So are we talking about the metadata tags?
Yeah, we're talking about metadata tags, but we're talking about something like this. All right. So let me do this.
You look for that while I
no, here, I'm good. Just share my screen.
Okay, there we go. And Jim, I see you put your questions in there when Dave's done.
No, my actual screen, not just me.
Oh, I don't even know how to do that. Share screen. How do I do that?
There's a look down below. It's not.
I know that part. But
there's me. It says Dave's screen.
Does it?
This is.
Yeah, down where you bring people in.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
I share. It says Dave's screen. There's will be one that says you and Lynn.
I see. Is that you?
Yeah, click on it.
I just did.
This is interesting. Oh,
there it is.
There it is. Got it.
I'm learning things. Look at this Creator Talk.
There you go. All right. So do this. Bear with me real quick.
No, you're good.
So
oh wow, David.
So if you look,
I'll talk about that here in a minute too. Wow.
What's that?
David, the producer. I'll talk about that in chat.
Oh, nice. Okay. So if you look, I searched Dole Whip Dad.
I love that guy.
Right. Yeah, I know, right? And if you look on the right, there's the Search Explorer, which shows two key things, and then whether or not it's weighted or unweighted, a good tag for something. So Dole Whip Dad is searched, volume is low, but the competition, there's nothing there, right?
Rude.
Right, exactly. So it's fair overall, but here we can look at some differences, right? So all right, so Disney dining. All right. If you look, search volume is ridiculously high on this, and there's a ton of competition. So it rates 11 out of 100. So your chances of being picked up by the YouTube algorithm for this tag is an 11 out of 100, roughly. I mean, whatever. So
right.
we do Disney dining.
People are searching it though. Huh.
Now we do Disney dining 2019.
Okay.
So if you look, there's nowhere near as many people searching it, but the competition is lower. So the score's gone up. So now you look at something like Disney Dining Plan 2019, 2020, free. So you're getting a lot more specific and the search volume is lower, but you have a better chance of actually rating on the top page, top 20, top 30 for
so just for anybody who doesn't know, so if Jim Bob types in what you just said, that's how often that is getting searched, and that's how likely it is that you putting that in your search
right tag. It's volume and competition, so it's however many people actually use that tag. So we've done, well, we'll do this.
Is that how often people use that tag, or how often people search that tag?
Competition is how often people use it. Search volume is how often people search for it.
So Dave, why keep doing this? And do you use this to decide what kind of videos to create, or do you use this to decide what kind of tags to put in your metadata? Because
what kind of tags to put in your data?
So I've read multiple times that YouTube doesn't really care about your metadata because
who's this? Who's this right here? Who's that? Sorry, we're searching Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. At any rate, so we had one video hit pretty hard here. We put it out a year ago, but it was Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, and it's kind of been ridiculous here.
I mean, that's cool.
I'm trying to find it. Apparently it doesn't.
But is the algorithm picking up because it's a good video and it's got that content in it, or because you put those tags in there?
So this one here, it's picking it up because if you come down here, the other cool thing is, so we go into this video, right? And give me like 2 seconds till we get through this ad.
Wow.
And I can show you some stuff. So all this data on the right is important. Okay. This got picked up, right? 125K views, 90 of them in the last month and a half. Okay. But you get a ton of information over here. If you go to a video, this shows up on every single video that you see. Do you guys get this at all with the TubeBuddy that you're using now?
Yeah.
Yes, you get this info?
Well, I mean, depends on which one you're talking about.
On the right here. So it shows that the channel has 315K views, 2,000 subscribers, all that stuff, right? Yeah. So do you have the option to show search rankings for tags or not?
I don't know. I don't think I haven't really looked into that much, really.
So these are the tags that we've used.
I don't know why, but I don't think so.
For this video. Okay. So, I mean, I'm trying to get to one. The biggest adder that this thing brings is that you can search for, actually, let me do this too. Give me a second.
Oh, you're good. So while he does it, David the producer, so David the producer says, I found out about the creator lead issue prior to the email by getting a copyright claim from Epidemic. That stinks. I emailed Epidemic and we worked it out and I signed directly to them. Yeah, that's what I did too. I think you did too, Lynn, right? But and I do, before David says what he's going to say here.
You're good. Go for it.
If you had the membership, the licensing with Creatorly previously, it's not about when you had the license, it's when you uploaded the video. So all your stuff is still good. I had like 4 people ask me that question on Twitter. So that's what I get for getting on Twitter. And I'll get to Jim and Seal Beach's questions here in a minute, but go ahead, Dave.
All right. So the other half of this is when you're in YouTube Studio. I don't know if this comes with the free version or not, but you have the opportunity down here,
I have
somebody
that.
recommends tags, right?
Mhm.
I do use that.
All right. Does it show you this data though?
Yeah.
Is
This
that
all the green circles where you are currently ranking?
I have that.
You do? Okay.
So that's part of the free service.
I have Pro, I think.
You have Pro? All right.
I signed up. Yeah, I have Pro. I pulled it up. I'm looking at it right now. I signed up for that. I got a deal for like $40 for the year about a month ago, but I haven't really used it.
Yeah, but this is the other big one, is that you can get the recommended tags here.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I find that very helpful.
Yeah. So that recommends off of your title, your description, and any tags that you're using, and it will update as you change stuff.
But again, I hear that the algorithm's going to pick it up whether you tag it or not. Like if you don't tag,
well, it's 100% true. Like I've stumbled upon tags that we needed to change to that we were ranking high on that I didn't have it. So that is true, but you have a better option,
Right.
better opportunity to be picked up.
I tell you, when I'm
not the guru with this stuff. That's you, Jeff. So.
Well, when I was using the free, and I'm still using the free, but I had the pro for 2 weeks or whatever, and I'm going to go back to it in January. But I got to be honest with you, mostly it's because you want me to put it back on us or whatever.
Yeah.
There we go. I just want to know it. Like for this show, and I just want to know it. I don't want to not know how to grow. I want to understand the tools that are out there, and I'm not going to if I don't have it, right? I feel like that was a horrible sentence, but in the end, you feel like it's of value to you, Dave. I mean, obviously you do.
Yeah, for what it costs a month, I would rather have it than not. The app works pretty well. There are other tools that you can use, like you can do canned responses, which I'm not a fan of at all.
I don't, but I've seen that. I mean, so the way I can see using that is having a canned one for those canned messages that you get, obviously, right? Hit those buttons, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it seems a little
disingenuous.
Yeah,
there you go. Better words.
I think people would rather have you just type out "Thanks, Frank."
Yeah, I agree.
Right, exactly. You took the time to do that instead of bleh.
Yeah.
How soon do you guys try to get to your comments? And do you try to respond to even every single one?
As quickly as possible. Always respond to everything on every platform.
You had a video hit 125,000. How did you keep up? Huh?
You just do. You get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 a day. I mean, it's the initial comment. I'm not replying to every single comment and getting into if they're into conversations, go for it. That's more of a forum type thing at that point. If I have something to interject, I will. But if you comment on it, I'm going between Brandy and I, we're going to leave you something.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's everything. That's from YouTube to Twitter to Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever. We're pretty bad at Facebook right now.
Yeah, Facebook isn't.
I'm late on that stuff, but that's just me. Which is actually a pretty good segue, Jeff, if I could.
Yeah.
The reason I'm here really is because you sent a message to me earlier this week saying, I keep seeing you hashtag this Gary V challenge thing. I like Gary V, but I haven't watched a lot of stuff recently. What the heck are you doing, man? Is that it? I mean, that's
right on the money. What's the what?
So for those that I don't know, don't follow me, don't know, I've been a big Gary V acolyte for well over a couple years. Jeff, do you want to give the overview of who Gary is? Or
Gary V is freaking awesomeness. This guy started,
but he wouldn't say freaking.
He wouldn't. He totally wouldn't. He started with a little show about wine because his family business was wine. And he fell in love with the engagement that he was finding, the value that he was finding in creating videos. And he took that and frankly has built an empire on his positivity and his aggressiveness. I love him. He didn't even write his own books. He spoke his books into existence. Somebody else typed them up and I bought every single one knowing that full well. It's because I wanted to support him and I wanted to read them. And I wanted to give them to some of my staff. His stuff is gold. The argument about Gary V is he says the same thing over and over again. His response and mine would be, yeah, listen, it's not, you don't need to make it up. He's brilliant. and I want to be him when I grow up. And did I?
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah. I mean, dude's a practitioner, and that's what it comes down to. It's not just some guy who's like, "Hey, I'm gonna give you the 15 tips of blah on YouTube."
Yeah.
Guy took his family liquor store from 3 million to 60 million in a 5 or 6 year period, all on the backs of Google AdWords and YouTube. You mentioned Wine Library.
Before anybody was on YouTube.
Yeah, he was one of the first real shows on YouTube back in the day.
Wine Library or something like that.
Walked 100% away from his family liquor business to start his own, basically social media marketing business
Empire
in New York.
Yeah.
It's a massive empire now. He's over 1,000 employees. He's in like 16 cities. And on top of that, he just started doing video. He's one of the first guys to really document his life and put it out there. And he just kind of became this, I hate to say motivational speaker because it's what he is, but he's not. He's actually
brand evangelist. Yeah.
Whatever you want to say. At any rate, the whole point of it is go check him out. Podcast, whatever, right? Does Gary V show, Ask Gary V, and then the podcast. That's how you consume. So his whole tenet is create, get stuff out there. The more you're creating, the more you have the opportunity to actually engage with your audience. And this is the whole, you're going to put something out there. You have 12 people that actually respond to you. Make sure you respond to each of them because they matter. That's how you're going to build your audience. And on the back of this, on his birthday this year, he released this, and I'm going to pop it in the chat, but it was how to make 64 pieces of content in a day. That's always his thing, is he feels right now you should be making anywhere from 60 to 100 pieces of content daily across every single social media platform, including YouTube. So LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, a podcast, whatever. You need to be on every outlet and just putting as much content out there as you possibly can. And people are like, how the heck do you do that without a team?
Well, but he said, if I can dive in, he says, don't create, document.
It's true.
So that takes out the argument. How am I supposed to create that stuff?
Well, but yeah,
you're alive. You document what you're doing. You know that I'm not saying that's what I'm saying to do, but isn't that what Gary Vee's saying to do?
Yeah, that the documentation thing is part of it, but I think that hasn't been hitting on that as much lately. Now it's similar, but it's different, and it's kind of difficult to explain without actually diving into it. But if you look at it as people are going to buy from you, they're not just going to buy from the 12 or 15 things that you're talking about, whatever your business is. So it's how do you make that connection with that person? So it could be the fact that you are a Dallas Cowboys fan, and tomorrow morning, the first tweet that I put out, because I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, is I know everyone is in a really crap mood right now. Best way to get out of that is coffee. Come down, bring your ticket stub, and you get buy one, get one. You know, so if you had a coffee shop, right? So
that's
right. So whatever it is, I mean, there's a lot of tenets to it. If anyone's interested, click this out or click on this. But so he puts this deck out, and it's literally how to show you how to put all this content out. So like a tweet counts. So you write a tweet about still feeling it from the game yesterday or today, right, Jeff? So you tweet that, then you take a screenshot of that, drop that into Instagram, change everything, make it contextually created towards the person that you're trying to reach and the platform on which it is on, right? So LinkedIn's more professional. You're not going to drop 15 F-bombs in the middle of that, right? You're going to...
Gary V is.
No, he's not. He's actually taken that out of everything he puts on LinkedIn.
Oh, well, on LinkedIn. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a step-by-step guide on how to do this and how to get to as much content.
Challenge. You're into the mechanics of what the challenge is?
Well, this is the deck that came out. So after that comes out, he goes, everyone likes to consume, but no one likes to do. So if you are creating and you're creating contextually and trying to do this, hashtag everything Gary V challenge. And in January, he's going to be pulling some names and giving away a dinner with him.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah. So what? I mean, that's legit. I mean, chances of that happening, not. But here's the deal:
better if you do the challenge than not. Yeah, pretty sure.
Exactly. So
that's pretty cool.
Any rate, that's where it came from. So between Brandy and I have been talking about how to get more content out, more content out, and more content out. It actually comes back to COPPA. If y'all will stay with me, I hope there's actually people still in the chat.
There is.
No, but it kind of comes back to that, right? Like we've all seen a slowdown in growth in some capacity over the last 4 to 5 months. Everyone I've talked to in this community has had some semblance of conversation with me or with someone else that I know about, I haven't moved in 6 weeks. I've seen my average views per video drop from 120 to 82, like something significant, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it is. So how do you combat that? Well, you can look at metadata stuff. You can try to tweak the system and try to get there. Or you can do what we're all trying to do and what we should all be trying to do, which is build your own brand, which is become a name that people know across every single platform, right? So even if YouTube isn't working out, be active on Twitter, get into conversations, go and search hashtags that you want, that you're involved in, whatever it is. Most people that are listening are probably Disney related. So go search Baby Yoda right now and comment on 500.
You're saying find your community.
Yes. And then engage them and continually do it. And don't do it for selfish reasons. Do it because you actually want to be part of the community. That's what it comes down to. And I think that's why we're all here. So
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm here because I want to have more people hear my voice. And if that's about Baby Yoda or church or work or Dole Whip, my point is it doesn't have to be serious stuff. And that's not bad, by the way. We all do. We're come on, we're broadcasting. We want people. Is there anybody in chat? We want people to hear. So I don't mind telling people I want people to hear me. Duh, that's why I'm talking. But what you're talking about, I love, and I'm a fan of you and I'm a friend of yours. But I read your stuff because I like you, and then I watch your stuff because I want to learn. Because I think that me and you are on that same growth kind of mindset thing. And when I saw the Gary Vee challenge, you already know that I love Gary Vee. You knew about something Gary Vee is doing that I wasn't doing because I've just, you get in waves and who you watch and who you're reading, and I wanted to know more. I just think that the process of doing it is its own reward. I know. I mean, I remember when I was on your podcast and you asked me some form of, tell me what this Vision 2020 thing is. It's not 2020 vision, and it was me trying to get better for next year, which is now 8-9 days away. In editing, whatever, on the couple things that I knew I wasn't good at that I wanted to be good at. The process is its own reward. And the Gary Vee challenge, it sounds to me like, is getting you to cross-platform.
Well, it's getting to create, right? Everyone has something that everyone has some reason why they don't want to create. Probably an excuse like time or whatever, but it all comes down to either I'm afraid to, or I don't know that enough, or I'm afraid that if I put this out there, you talk yourself into saying no.
Yeah.
Right. And I think we've all been there. I mean, I did it like 3 times today with tweets. So it's like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to start blasting stuff out. If you look at the picture that Jeff, you so eloquently grabbed for the
I like
thumbnail for this, that was directly out of what this slide deck was. It was take a meme that you like and make it contextual to you. And I'm like, okay, I got Photoshop on my phone. I did it and I dropped it on Instagram. Like I literally had a text conversation with Brandy from Blair Witchville about whether or not I'm allowed to post pictures on Instagram. Because she has done a very good job on keeping everything contextually the same, but
Gotcha.
We haven't seen a lot of organic growth. So I'm like, can I? And I posted that, and she's like, why did you post that? I'm like,
I like it.
I like
Gary Vee told me to.
So I can. I don't know. I don't have that. I wish I didn't. I don't know. I don't mind.
Jeff, that's awesome, but you're the minority.
Oh, I know.
A lot of people do. A lot of people will look at something that they've videoed, or they'll shoot something 15 times, and it's still not right.
And I do that. I do that.
I've never done that.
I'm not saying I do too. Well, I mean, it's getting through that insecurity in some capacity and just being like, I'm going to put myself out there because that's what we're doing anyways. So,
yeah, we already did. Exactly. Yeah. So let me give a quick example of that. The night they had Little Mermaid Live, I had 90% of a video done. I was like, maybe more than that. I was at the end, and I want to watch this Little Mermaid Live, right? Because I'm a Disney guy, and I watch it, and I didn't even like it. I didn't enjoy it. Like, it's parts of it I like, whatever. And I'm like, why am I working on this thing that's going to take me another 30 minutes, even though I'm 90% of it done, when I can just sit in front of a camera and tell them how I feel about this right now as I'm feeling it. And it got like 600 views, which for me is freaking awesome.
Great.
So yeah. I think sometimes I'm positive that we all often overthink it. And I think, and I'm asking you now, Dave, I think that's what Gary Vee is probably saying here. 64 things a day, you don't have time to judge it. Post it.
You know, right? It has to be contextual, and sure. If you got Lynn, how many times you post on Twitter a day?
Not really, unless I'm posting Instagram, which I don't put much effort into Twitter. Right. I should do more, but so I link my Instagram with Twitter. So if I post on Instagram, which I've been awful with lately too, so not very often is the answer.
I mean, if you're posting across all platforms, including a video, so let's say you do a video, 4 tweets, 2 Instagram videos, I don't know, 6 stories and a TikTok, you're at like 20 something, right? I didn't keep the math in my head, but you're around 20.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure you're right.
If you double that, and not even just for numbers, if you double that, think about the amount of content you've created and now the amount of activity you've put into it, and even more so, the experience that you're getting, and you're honing your craft. Jeff, exactly what you set out to do this year.
Yes.
Right.
You said, like, we were talking and you're like, Vision 2020. I'm like, where did you get that? He's like, well, 2020 is coming up and it's my vision to post every day until then.
It sounds kind of impressive when you say it. I like that.
I mean, but so you have honed your craft throughout this, right?
I mean, better than I was last year. I don't know about honing, but you know.
No, your editing skills have gone from right? I'm sure you can, if you wanted to, you could film, edit, upload, knock out a video in like 40 minutes if you really wanted to.
I do every day, Dave.
And it was probably twice that at the beginning of the year.
And sucky.
I mean, we all have gotten better. Every single person we've talked to on the podcast has said, don't go back and watch my old stuff.
Oh, no, go back. So we don't know how until you know how. Everything's hard until you learn it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. But we're all talking about, hey, I put 2 videos out every week. That's 100 a year. Okay. 100 a year, you see what your growth is over those 100 videos. Think about if you compress that time frame.
Yes.
Down to a quarter of that.
Yeah.
Now we're just talking YouTube here, but let's take a step back. What if it is just Twitter and figuring out how to better communicate on Twitter, specifically to the people you want to? So instead of tweeting twice a day because you thought that was the way it should be because you read it in somewhere, why don't you put out 14 of them, and half of them can be screenshots of some meme that you like, whatever, just a thought that's thrown out there.
Yep.
And now 1 a day over a month is now what? How many did I say? Like 12 a day?
Get better. Whatever. You build more community. You get better. You build more community. And it's a rolling ball down the hill.
It's the same thing all over the place. Brandy says Twitter is a dark place. It's true. But here's the thing. Everyone talks about that. And everyone talks about how does Twitter just argues and whatever. Just stay away from it. It doesn't matter. Have your opinion. Everyone can have their opinion.
Because of that. And you know what? I should have just continued to post and stopped reading. But I wasn't smart enough at that point.
That's all I do. You can engage all you want with trolls.
Yeah. Well, that's all.
That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, this is a rabbit hole that I don't want to go down right now. But I definitely like telling them they're idiots, and that's the wrong thing to do. Well, that was good stuff, guys. I got a lot out of that. I hope you guys got something.
That's it in a nutshell. I got one more. So here's the actual challenge.
And Jim in Seal Beach, I didn't forget you. I still got you on my screen, and then I'll go through the questions.
I'm posting this, and I'm going to post the slide deck. If you do anything before you go to bed, bookmark this and just go through the slide deck. It explains it a heck of a lot better than I did. But
you dropped the link. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out for sure. Cool. Yeah, I have a bunch of goals, and I haven't. Next Sunday, I'm going to talk about my goals for growth for 2020, and I'm going to hope to get anybody else who we bring on next week doing that too. One of them is going to definitely have a big podcasting angle, aspect, whatever. And by the way, check out Dave's podcast, Brandy and Dave's podcast. It was a long time ago. I was a guest like a year ago. And
you were early, man.
3 now?
Guest.
Lynn was a guest. Lynn was on
3 now?
What's that?
Are you on season 3 now?
No. Season 1 was the first half of the year, and then we took a little bit off. Season 2 has been the second half of the year.
Okay.
I don't even know why we're cutting this season off. I have no clue. I honestly, to be honest, I saw that we hadn't posted in a while. I went and started back down that road because we went on vacation and whatever. And again, this is part of this. You should be doing the 64 pieces of content every day. At any rate, when I came back, I'm like, I need a spin without it being, hey, we've been gone for a while and we're back now. Yeah, so I'm like, season 2 kicks off with.
I love that.
So,
well, I love your podcast. Your podcast is a lot. I hope it's a lot like my DizTube show. Well, I'll let you speak to it. I think what I get out of it is it's sharing other Disney creators, which is my goal for my DizTube show. And I'll shut up. What tell them about your show? How about that?
So the Disfluencers was created so that we could spotlight people in this community, be it YouTube, podcasting, Instagram, hopefully at some point, actual employees of Disney. Joe Rohde's top of my list, FYI. So and I know I've said this.
I'm working on Haley in the gift shop. So you're.
I mean, technically, it happened. We had Kyle on, so Kyle works for Disney.
Well, and did you have JoJo on?
No, not yet. That's on the list. We're trying to work through that. Actually, Jen LaForge, that podcast should be dropping tomorrow.
Nice. I love Jen.
Christmas Day. So it was a great conversation. I just edited it.
A good friend of mine who's not in this community but a Disney nut, and she follows my Instagram, and we, whatever. She told me I need to go to Disney and get the Evil Queen because she's like, I'm like, what are the like? Oh, that's a great idea. You guys know what we're talking about, right? That crazy Evil Queen that's so funny. I'm like, it's not how it works, Because anyway.
Yeah, but it was set up to spotlight folks in the community and just talk about our craft, where your love of Disney came from, and
I love it.
What your goals are moving forward. So we're doing that. There's going to be some more. I don't want to say outside of that episodes. Brandy and I are going to do some more informational things, some opinion pieces. So we're gonna do that. I mean, basically, we're using Duck Labs now. So the fact that you can now have
StreamYard for you people who like
StreamYard, aka Duck Labs. Well, you don't have a duck, so it's technically StreamYard for you.
So I paid $4 or whatever.
So we're going to the fact that we can actually record it and record video and audio at the same time. There will end up being shows that are both podcast and this multiple platforms. Again, taking snippets out and such. So we're attempting.
I really got to up my game on that too. I'll be picking your ear on that a bunch because it doesn't look hard, but I don't know how to do it yet. I think I know how, but I haven't done it. But
Anchor.fm.
Mm-hmm. All right. So before you leave, let me help me with these questions. So and Lynn and Dave, both of you, just dive in. Jim and Seal Beach asked the question. I can answer it, but I want you guys to. Number 1, is it too late to become a YouTube creator? Has the ship sailed? I've seen many a video. I think it's because 2020 is coming. Purporting to ask and answer that question. Either one, you want to dive in on that?
Lynn, go for it.
Go for it.
Wow. That was weird.
Go for it, Lynn.
Go for it.
Oh, yeah. She's.
I'm just saying, go for it.
Go for it. And
it's not too late.
I was playing into it. I was attempting to get this cyclical for a couple minutes. Yeah, definitely. There is so much abundance on the internet in this community in general. internet. Wait, this community specifically, the internet in general. Something like that. Long story short, don't be afraid to dive into it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Amen. Here's my answer to that.
Don't
go to work, wherever you work. Ask the 10 people you talk to, do they have a YouTube account? 9 out of 10 will say no, and they all will. They all will. David, the producer, says, I found out. Oh, we already read that one. David, producer, is awesome. His wife, Juliet, has an amazing podcast. Check them out. Jim's number 2 was, and I'm sorry, it was 9:46, half hour ago. Do you creators get paid more if you actually watch the ads rather than skip them? Oh, are you talking about if I watch my ad on my own channel? I honestly don't know. I don't. So my wife skips the ads on my videos, which I think is stupid because I'm pretty sure, I don't know, if it's in my I don't understand IP addresses that well. If somebody in my own house watches a video, does that count? I really don't know. Do you guys know?
I don't know. All I know is that whenever you click that button that says monetizing, it says, I will not watch my videos repeatedly.
That's right. So then that must, okay, there's your answer. You're right. I forgot about that. So Jim, the answer to the question is, do creators get paid more if actually watch the ad? So here's what I'll say. You're going to make ad revenue, and that's a beautiful thing that YouTube shares. That's not the end all be all. Even for Ryan's Toys, that's not where all the big revenue is. Now, you're not going to throw it back, right? I'll take it. But if I'm in a hurry and they were going to pay me for my video, I would skip it anyway. So, but please watch the videos.
Is Mr. Project in here?
Yeah, he is.
Hi, Mr. Project.
Mr. Project.
Crazy hair.
Oh, thank you, Jim. I'm going to, guys, you know what? I'm just going to ask you to repost them. If you had a question in there, because I was a good 35 minutes behind. Oh, there's Shaw. I see him now. I don't know. I think that was, oh, did I do that? I didn't mean to do that. I think that was great stuff. And that's what I want this show to be. I got to be honest. I want it to be whatever it becomes, but just creators, us, talking about what we do, what we love, what's working for us, what's not working for us, and then engaging with, hey, crazy hair girl, looking good. That's right. And then just engaging with the chat and answering questions and growing together. I mean, that's what this is about. I love the Disney community for a bunch of reasons. One of it is I can talk about Baby Yoda and not
Baby Yoda, baby Yoda.
Also, it's we're on this journey together.
Snip sent one out. There's a rap out too. I got to find it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, I'm gonna have time after tomorrow. I'm working all of almost a half of a day tomorrow, and after that, I am doing a bunch of nothing. So I'm send them to me is what I'm saying.
I'll be at work. I don't know if I'm gonna be working.
Well, you know,
Same
sorry.
It could be post Thanksgiving dead on my end.
It's kind of funny. Like I feel like my last 4 or 5 months I've been like, I didn't watch your. No, I have no idea I didn't watch your stuff. I didn't have time. I'm creating something. Now for the next week and a half, I want to watch it all, which I know I won't, but I'm gonna try. Oh, you're very welcome, Jim. Thank you for saying that. There you go, Brandy and Dave. Okay, hold on. I want to click that so I have it.
I just clicked those links too, Dave.
Yeah, I'll put it up there too. That was what we were talking about, his 64 pieces. Wow, we're 53 minutes. So what else do you guys want to say before we say goodnight? I mean, we'll probably wrap it up in 7 minutes. But Lynn, I feel like I've been bouncing around on you. What do you think about the Gary Vee thing? What do you think about all the stuff we've been talking about? Are you in love with TubeBuddy? It sounds like you're kind of where I was, just starting to touch it. Oh man, no, thank you, David. Appreciate it. Hey, Blue Nose, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, no, I haven't dove into it enough to really have an opinion. I know that I like it. I know that I will like it even more once I use it. But I have a vidIQ overlay already, so I have that as well. So it's kind of a lot. I have multiple things coming at me, so I'm not sometimes even sure where it's coming from and what resources I'm using. I know I'm using resources, but I'm not always sure where it's coming from.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I stopped caring which brand it was for a while there, where I had the both overlays.
Right.
I found your IQ FTC video the most impressive, by the way. If you still care about that stuff, and I would say move on. But if you don't want to move on, the IQ guy did a great video about what the FTC has done and to who. And if that doesn't calm you down, nothing will. But anyway, yeah, do you use vidIQ, Dave?
No, I've heard good things. I
enjoy his videos. I mean, he puts out good stuff.
Yeah.
Who do you guys watch? Like I watch a lot of Nick Nimmin. I watch people like that. Who do you guys watch in the creator community that you learn from?
Pretty much the same. Nick Nimmin and vidIQ. I haven't watched a whole lot of it lately, but and then what's the other one? Peter.
McKinnon.
Oh, I love Peter McKinnon. Now he's a photography stud. I'll also watch a lot of Sean Cannell and
yes,
Creative Fundamentals guy.
Yep, me too. Basically the same people. We've talked about this before.
Sean, I love Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan podcast.
Yep.
I
love him.
Gary V podcast every morning. Other than that, occasionally Brian G. Johnson, but that's Brandy more.
Yeah.
I just started looking at his stuff. So many people have been mentioning him to me lately.
I watch his stuff too sometimes. It just depends on what I'm looking for and what video shows up for what I'm looking to learn.
Yeah.
I like Sean Cannell. A lot of it's tech.
Yeah.
That's I'm just like
he's very positive too. Like
he is 100% positive too. So.
Yeah, I like the guys who know they can do it, not the guys who are telling me why I can't. But
Roberto Blake for a while. I don't mind his stuff.
I love Roberto. I've had some good conversations with him lately. He actually made me a mod the other day. I think what he does is he's one of those rare, and he says this about himself, artistic entrepreneurs. Like most artists don't have that entrepreneurial thing, and most entrepreneurial people don't have that artistic thing. I think he has a little bit of both, and I find myself more on the entrepreneurial side of it, even though I run a nonprofit, so I'm poor. But I like that. I like that he says, hey, this is still a great opportunity, and stop thinking you're gonna hit a viral ad and hit the end of the rainbow. There's ways to monetize this. There's ways to grow income on this, and it's not AdWords.
You were going to talk about the sponsorships, right?
Yeah, we're going a little long, but we'll get to it. There's so many tools out there that can make it a little more professional if you're trying to get people to look your way. I mean, I don't know how else to say that. What you do, and I'm talking to not just the two people here, but lots of other people in chat, is valuable. David, the producer's Juliet, his wife, I don't know how many people are listening to her podcast, but it's a lot. And a shout out, an ad, a segment on that show has great value. And that doesn't mean ours don't. My couple hundred views, you guys' couple hundred views has value. I mean, I've sponsored a few people. I'm still proudly a sponsor of Resort TV 1. For a couple of reasons. One, I really like them. I like their content. I consume it. But two, it provides value to me. Very targeted viewers of stuff that will probably like my channel because they like that channel. I think it's an open opportunity that people are confused by or unwilling to consider. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Well, maybe this is a good place to end. I mean, we're 2 minutes away from an hour, and I don't want to go too long, but either one of you either one of you guys take it. How do you guys feel about sponsorships as on both ends, as being someone who sponsors somebody, and more importantly, as someone who's going to receive sponsorships? I mean, Dave, you're part of the Diz and Nat crew.
Mm-hmm.
A 30-second splurge, is that a word? Shout out on Diz and Nat has value. It's a weird word, right? Like, what are you guys' thoughts on that? I'd love to hear from both of you on that.
Go for it, Lynn.
I mean, I think it's great. I think it's just people supporting each other, and that's awesome in both directions, and supporting other people that you enjoy, and then other people that enjoy your content supporting you, or gaining from the exposure of you. I love these ears. This is my favorite Etsy shop, blah, 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 blah. And then people that appreciate your channel, that's great. But I would never be that person that would endorse something that I didn't love or was passionate about or use just for money. So you have to have credibility, because I feel like there's people that do sponsorships where, okay, I'm going to try out this thing. Yes, this was sent to me by so-and-so. And then I don't know if I really value their opinion, because I don't have established credibility with that person. But
the first thing that got sent to me, hey, please review this, was energy gum. I gave it to my kids. I mean, I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. I didn't care. And why would anyone care about my opinion about energy gum? Like, if it was Mickey Mouse branded energy gum, maybe, but even that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Was that? I don't know. I mean, I'm not opposed. If you guys did a, hey, they sent me energy gum review, I wouldn't care at all. I'd be happy that you got paid, but they didn't even pay me. They just sent me stuff. But I mean, who would listen to me on that? Like, that's weird. But it proves that there's value there.
Well, on that topic, I would say their viewpoint was maybe, when I go to the Disney parks and I need a boost, I chew this energy gum. It gives me the extra boost I need.
Okay.
Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Crummy commercial.
Yeah.
Son of
a nutcracker.
Son of a nutcracker.
There's a lot of channels out there that I think are wary of receiving income from the ad that would be on their channel. Where do you guys fall on that?
One more time. I was tweeting.
Are you stupid Gary V? Whatever.
I'm actually replying to Gary right now.
Are you guys hoping to get income from your YouTube channel? Let's ask it that way.
Oh, so here's my thing, and this is the same answer to both questions. My initial foray into anything like this was the podcasting world.
Yes.
If you look at that from years ago, podcasting was, okay, I'm talking about a bunch of stuff. And then eventually I get to a point where people actually like me. And every single Disney podcast out there was sponsored by some sort of travel agency. It was either the person that actually had the podcast or someone who supported it. So the beginning of everything was sponsored by a travel company. Fast forward to the Resort Loop podcast, which is a really good one. They kind of broke that mold. Like, Joffrey's sponsors their podcast, and it was brilliant. So it makes sense. It's coffee. People can buy it. It's an actual product.
Disney coffee.
And it's Disney. Yeah. So, at any rate, what are my thoughts on whether or not you should have advertising in some form on this? Yes. The thing is that going from that world where it was, okay, I'm going to have you as a sponsor, you as a sponsor, you as a sponsor, you're going to pay me, and then I'm going to go. Life's good. Now we are looking at third-party stuff like YouTube, and then wherever you fall on this, pro-influencer or anti-influencer, the random free stuff sent, and someone like Lynn was just saying, talking about it without having any credibility.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where you can, that's muddy, and that's a long conversation that isn't going to end tonight. But it's something that, like, there are products that I use when I go to the park, and will I reach out to them to see if they would like to sponsor us in some capacity across the board? Yes. But it's not going to be, hey, send me this hat that I don't wear.
Right.
But I'll wear it just because.
Well, that makes me think of Casey Neistat. I love his stuff. I loved his stuff when he was posting daily. And I remember the video that he put out towards the end of his daily, maybe might even been after he was done daily. And he basically said, look, you guys, stop it. I can't, I mean, none of us are going to get there, but he had so many people sending him crap that he had to give it away he couldn't even open it at all. And that's not what I'm talking about. That's not like, I don't want people's stuff. But the value in, like, now, just say it, you guys get, I don't know, 120 people. I don't know. You get real numbers, man. Like, of like Josh and Jenna. They get a couple, 1,500 people in there. They do an ad. I don't know why they don't have more sponsors. I think
you can. There's so many.
Well, definitely true. But yeah, because you can't do that all day. But nobody cares if they're reading 8 people while they're having a hot dog. I mean, there's value there. And I don't know this is Victor Naraki guy, but if he made one sale because of that, he's done very, very well. He's made more than one sale from that. I guarantee it. And I don't know him from Adam, but my point is, I think that we're all in an infancy stage of what we have as an opportunity here. And I'm not doing it for the opportunity. I love this. I love that I know you two. I love that I get to go to Disney and hug on people that I never would have met before. I love that I can talk to you about the timing apparatus that you have a relationship with, or better, and they can get me here and there more effectively. I know, all the things that I do.
About .com.
I am.
Yes. Not a sponsor, but love them.
Not a sponsor yet. And but that doesn't mean that I am fully not opposed to monetizing, and I don't mean YouTube Partner Program, and teaching others to do that. I believe in prosperity. I believe that we all can grow. And if that gets me some more DVC contracts, man, I am down. I only got one right now.
I need one, Sean.
Oh, anyway, yeah, Sean. Cast a wide net, exactly. So anyway, I don't know. I got on my high horse there, but
energy comment coming. That's funny. That's funny.
No, I think this has been great. I think that your information, Dave, has been very helpful. Your insight into what you use, other than, because I think, do you use a camera or a cell phone when you vlog?
In the parks?
Yeah.
Parks, yeah, both, but mostly are Canon Mark 7, G7 Mark II, G7X Mark II.
I didn't know you use your phone sometimes.
So we use it, but it's like, oh, we're out of battery on the camera. Or more so, it's now we're taking, so everyone knows this, thumbnail, Instagram, right? Like those are the two choices, thumbnail and Instagram. And this doesn't always fit in this. So we shoot a lot of the actual YouTube stuff on the camera, and then we'll shoot Instagram and TikTok and whatever.
I mean, we talked about that.
Yeah.
It might have been on your podcast, actually. I think it was.
Yeah.
When, I don't want to carry around. When I'm at Disney, I got enough stuff, and it's my dad bag, man. I've got.
But that's why you need a Maxpedition satchel, like Indiana Jones.
So Peter McKinnon has sold is it a backpack? And
the official backpack? Yeah, that thing's sweet.
Right? And Roberta Blake talked about this, and he didn't need 1 million subscribers to buy that. He didn't need 1% of his subscribers to buy it. He had 1/10 of 1% of his subscribers bought it, and he made like $3 million on the thing. I mean,
what?
And we're not, because he's it's at scale, man. I mean, he charged $300 for it, and he made 300 sales. Do the math, and we're not there yet, but we all can get there. I mean, would it hurt to have you do a weekly show, and so that's 52 episodes, call it 50. You get $10 sponsorships, and you get 5 of them, $50 times 50. Would that bless your family? I know $2,500 at Christmas time would help my family.
Absolutely.
It's just, it is what it is.
Your tribe doesn't have to be massive. It just has to be engaged. Has to be engaged. And you have to provide value to get there. That's it. That's the name of the game. That's the name of, and take a step back. Take this out of YouTube. That's business.
That's life.
What your product is entertainment or education when it comes to this. Or both, right. But those are the two things you're putting out there.
Right.
That's your product. It's the exact same thing.
It's life too. Like I didn't get my wife to, go to Carl's Jr. with me until I showed some value, right? Like she wasn't my wife yet.
I show no value to Brandy. I don't know how
No,
she must be asleep on the couch because she's not laughing at me.
I was going to say, I haven't heard her. What the heck?
Yeah.
Well, it is Creator Talk. We probably more than just Brandy asleep. But
yeah. Speaking of sleepy time, I need to get there. So.
I was going to say it's an hour 10. Anything you guys want to say or promote before I say goodnight to everybody? Hopefully you guys can stay so I can say thank you offline. But 3 minutes, we're going to be out of here. Anything you guys want to say to the peeps?
Lynn, ladies first.
No, just thank you for another awesome creator talk. I'm really enjoying this. I'm learning something new, and I really enjoy learning about new things. Like I never heard of Gary Vee and didn't even know.
Lynn, he will.
I have my links.
It sounds so bad. It'll change your, like it can change your life.
I have my links ready. I want to know.
Subscribe to his podcast. Listen to it.
I need to figure out how to create 64 pieces of content because I think I have like 74 for the last 9 months on my YouTube channel. So.
Yeah, but it's not just YouTube. That's the thing.
I know.
I'm working 15 Instagram stories a day. Count.
15 Instagrams, that's a lot.
We don't have to. No, honestly, there's slides at the end of the deck that are like, if you like audio, this is what you should do. And it shows you, it breaks it down once it goes through all the steps. If you like writing, this is what you could do. If you like video, this is what you should do. So it's extremely valuable. Every single channel needs to read it. How many are going to take action on it? And that's the issue. That's the whole point of this challenge.
1%.
Exactly. The reason that Gary Vee says the same thing over and over and over and over and over again is because everyone gets super pumped up when they hear it. And then 2 days later, something happens and they don't do it anymore.
Right.
The amount of people
always talk about everybody has ideas. I've had people like when I'll share ideas, hey, like I'm in idea creation right now. I'm at the end of it for 2020. And so people will say, well, you shouldn't put your ideas out there first. I've got a friend, some of you know her, who doesn't want anyone to know what she's got coming because she's afraid to steal it. You don't have to worry about that. Nobody's going to do it. You're probably not even going to do it. Do it. I don't know. You feel free to steal my ideas. I would be honored if someone wanted to steal my ideas, and then I'll do it better than you. But I don't know. I think that it's in the action of creation, not the idea. Like Dave, do you have trouble coming up with ideas for content?
Nope.
No.
How many? Jeff, we said we were going to do this exact thing 4 months ago.
I was going to say, summer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. There's too many. It's almost like there's too many ideas. Like there's so much I want to do and not enough time.
Well, that's why you write them down and you act on the ones that you can act on right now. That's all it is. Some semblance of action needs to happen every day. And I've been really bad at it for the last 6 weeks, if not longer, which is why when this whole challenge thing came out, I'm jumping on it.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Is it too late to do that?
No, just start hashtagging, dude.
I know I said this to you last time we talked, but I'm gonna when we're done here, I'm gonna look at that. Anyway, promote, and then I'll say goodbye. But Lynn from the Lynn Project, I've heard of her. Mail Vlog Christmas edition just popped. I must have got your notification. Check that out.
It's just opening mail. 2 Christmas cards and cup.
Partridge in a pear.
Nice.
Anybody else?
No.
Nothing else? All right, I guess that's it.
I do. Okay.
Oh, go.
Dissing that Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
On our channel.
For the last
9
time.
p.m. Last time before we go on Dissing That channel officially. So we got that. Podcast is coming out. Got some other stuff coming down the road for that. Brandy just dropped a makeup video today that I voiced over, which was a lot of fun. So, yeah. Thanks for having me on, Jeff. And Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah to everyone. Hanukkah starts tonight.
Yep.
I can't believe it's really here. Like it is, what is it? The 22nd, almost the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
Too fast.
Crazy.
Anyway, I love this interaction. I love this show. I had more people asking about this show and what we're going to talk about this week than anything I've had. So people definitely are interested in it. I think we're going to be in a little lull here, but we're going to do this as much as you want. And as often as you guys want to be on here, you can be on here. Guys, check out their channels. If you're in chat, I'm going to say goodbye. You guys stick around for like 30 seconds afterwards so I can say thank you. I just appreciate you guys being here. Have a Merry Christmas and all the things. DizTube wasn't on tonight, but next Sunday I've got Jim, More Sunshine, Please. He's hilarious. Come check him out. I think that's it all for now. Have a safe holiday if you're traveling.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Peace out, yo.
Peace out, yo.